Hello, it is I. Now as you may know, I play quite a lot of Forza Horizon 5 on my channel, and from that time I've discovered many obscure things, from secret locations, customization hacks, all the way to Easter eggs, which I've actually made a lot of videos on. And guess what, you're going to be getting another one today, as there are 9 things you probably never noticed in Forza Horizon 5. Anyways, 4,000 likes is the target for today's video. Also, if you learned something new from this video, then let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, without further ado, let's get to this video. Forza Horizon 5 Rally Adventure expansion, if you go to this bridge and then drive off like so, oh my god, that's crazy. Okay, now that I'm down, if you go to these wooden ramps over here, and once you're on there, stop your car and listen. Yep, the wood is creaking, that's so weird. And then let's drive a little bit further. Mate, it's creaking as we drive along, that's so cool. Honestly, the first time I discovered this, it actually scared me. I was just driving and I just hear this sound and I was like, oh my god, somebody's in the house. But nope, it's just the wood creaking in Forza. So yeah man, I love tiny details like this. Oh, that's stupid. But yeah man, I love tiny details like this because it really immerses you into the game. As you can see, right now I'm driving a convertible car. This is a Ferrari Portofino. And I can show you it's convertible because if I press this button, then look at the windows go up and then the roof goes up as well, which is really cool. And now I'm driving this car with the roof up, but if I come to a stop around here, let me show you something pretty weird. Because if I press the convertible roof button and then go to photo mode, as you can see the top bit is already up, but what if I want the whole roof to be down in photo mode? Well, all I have to do is go into the settings, go all the way down to like steering, and then let's turn the steering wheel, and look at that, the roof is actually going up. That is so weird. And the more I turn it, the more the roof goes, and then eventually that's gonna close, and look at that, the roof has closed, I mean the roof is opened. And yeah man, I find this weird because it shows that in the photo mode the time still carries on, which is pretty cool. And also quick shout out to Alex7 for covering this, because if it wasn't for his video then I wouldn't have no idea about this. Ever since Forza Horizon 3, we saw some animals in the game, which is really cool. Horizon 3, we got stuff like kangaroos and dingoes. Horizon 4, we got some sheep and chickens. And in Horizon 5, we have donkeys, flamingos, bighorn sheep, and even dogs as well. They're like Great Danes, I think. I don't know the name of dogs. And what I noticed with the dogs is that I feel like Playground Games actually put a lot of detail into the dogs in the game. Because unlike donkeys and chickens, where whenever you see them, they just try and run away or fly away, with the dogs, they actually have very dog-like mannerisms. I mean, look at it, it's wagging its tail. Okay, it's sniffing the ground now, that's a dog's thing to do. Oh, it's digging, what's it doing? Oh my god, it's gonna find treasure for me, yeah? Oh, that one just wagged its head. Oh, that one turned around, it's like, oh, what's that sound? It's a helicopter, mate. Let me try and get them to bark. There you go, they barked. So yeah man, I feel like nobody really pays attention to the animals in Forza Horizon games, because this is meant to be a car game, it's not an animal game. But yeah man, you gotta admit that the dogs in this game are super realistic. Oh, chicken! As you may know, every single Forza Horizon game has licensed traffic cars. For example, there is a Silverado, here is a Ford F-150, there's a BMW X5M, there's another X5M, there's a Bronco. Basically, every single traffic vehicle in this game is licensed, with the exception of lorries, buses, motorcycles, and anything that's not a truck or a car. But with this Rally Adventure DLC, there have been some unlicensed traffic vehicles added into the game. I mean, if you go to the main festival area, you would see a bunch of unlicensed pickup trucks with cargo. I mean, I have no idea what this truck is meant to be, and there is also another older style truck over here, which kind of looks like the old F-150, but it's definitely not that. And the weird thing is that all these unlicensed traffic cars actually have no license plate, so they're literally unlicensed. Look, they're so unlicensed that people are literally standing inside them. That is so weird. Launch control was first introduced into Forza since the start of Horizon 5, but it was a very weird sort of launch control. And it didn't really work well, because 9 times out of 10 you'd end up with a lot of wheel spin. But now they properly introduced it, because if you hold the handbrake and the accelerator, then it goes to 3000 RPMs, and then when you let off, yeah, that's pretty good launch control if I do say so myself. But what I find really cool is if you're in like 3rd gear and you initiate launch control, then it goes into 1st gear. Okay, now let's try reverse, and now, yep, it goes into 1st gear again. So yeah man, the fact that launch control automatically puts you into 1st gear is very useful. Now to shopping basket was first introduced in Forza Horizon 3, and let me tell you, it has been a lifesaver. Because it makes modifying your car so much more streamlined and quick, and it actually makes it very enjoyable. But what's surprising is not only does the shopping basket save you time, but it also saves you money. Okay, so in the old Forza games without the shopping basket, if you want to turbocharge your car, then you go into here and pay 1,800 credits for a turbocharger. But if you want to upgrade your turbocharger, then you go to the engine, go to the twin turbochargers, and you have to pay another 7,200 credits. And this is extra, so in total you're going to have to pay 9,000 credits. But if I install this turbocharger and go to checkout, then it comes to 7,200? Yep, that is right, you don't have to pay the price of the twin turbocharging process. And just like that, I saved myself 1,800 credits, and now I feel like Jordan Belfort. I am so rich. But what's weird is if you revert the car back to naturally aspirated and you go to twin turbocharge the car again, yep, you have to pay 1,800 credits again. So yeah man, if you want to twin turbocharge a car, then go big or go home. Many Forza Horizon players really want a neutral gear in this game so they can rev their car freely whilst driving it, without having to go into manual with clutch and having to press the clutch pedal down. In fact, the only non-sim racer game I know which has a neutral gear is Test Drive Unlimited. But believe it or not, we actually have a neutral gear in Forza Horizon 5 as well. What? I know! Because if I press this button, then I go into neutral and now I can rev the car freely. That is so cool! Okay, now I know you guys are probably wondering, oh my god, what button did you press to get neutral? And the button I pressed is this. Yep, I shifted into neutral with my H-gate shifter. Yep, that means the only way you can get neutral in Forza Horizon 5 is to buy a wheel with a shifter. And that would be really annoying to anybody who plays with a gamepad, because how can you lock away certain features to people who have a wheel? So Playground Games, please give a neutral button to gamepad users as well, because they need to have this ability as well, because this is so cool. Now, this isn't a detail about Forza Horizon 5, it's more so a detail about one of the cars. Because on every single Formula Drift car, on the rear window you get a little bit of a cutout for cooling, I think there's a radiator there or so, I have no idea. But yeah man, you do get a cutout, and as you can see, this Mustang has it, this 370Z also has one, and this Supra has one as well. But have you noticed that all the cutouts have been a very generic shape? Like they've all just been squares or rectangles, they're so boring. However, on the Mazda RX-8, I mean, I'm not sure how well you can see it, the cutout on the rear window is in the shape of a rotor, which is very fitting for an RX-8. And there's 3 of them, which probably means it's a 3 rotor. I have no idea anything about rotaries. But yeah man, it's really cool to see a unique cutout on the rear window. Now I know that there is a cutout of a square on the roof, but forget about that because there's rotors on the rear windows, and that is very funny. Now in the Rally Adventure expansion, if you find the helicopter and find the red truck next to it, go into drone mode and go to these boxes over here, and you would find some writing on the boxes. And it actually says, okay, pardon my Spanish, Museo de las Momias de Guanajuato. And that translates to the Museum of the Mummies of Guanajuato. Okay, now you might be thinking, oh that's very random, why is that in the game? But there is an explanation, quote unquote explanation about this. And it's because in Guanajuato in real life, there is an actual museum with mummies in it. And the name of that museum is, yep, you guessed it, what's written on the box. Now I did drive through Guanajuato trying to find this museum, but I couldn't find it anywhere. But if you guys do find it, then let me know in the comments down below. Now if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to watch this video up here, and I'll be very happy. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, then press the button right over here, and you'd be guided to my channel where you can subscribe. Anyways, have a good one guys. Cheers.